Hi all. Basically, recently I got a request from a customer who basically had his speed sensor cable ripped out of his controller, and due to this he cannot run basically the bike because the bike gets same error 21 as here, and basically it fails. In this situation, I will show you the quickest way how to fix an error 21 without trying to rip apart your controller. So basically, as usual, we will need our good friend Daniel Nielsen's open source firmware, which does help, but first we need to prepare. So the first way of preparation, we need to plug in the controller to our programming cable, which is connected to the computer. Okay. Now, if you haven't downloaded, you need to download Daniel Nielsen's firmware from GitHub. You can actually find it just typing Daniel BBSHD on Google and it comes up. So basically it's gonna be a version, firmware version 1.5.0. So now basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna find that firmware, which is based on the desktop in my situation. Okay, so yeah, this works on BBSHD and BBSO2. I haven't tried it on the Tongseng. I haven't got my hands on one of these motors yet. Okay, so on the STC tool, we just open up the firmware. And as usual, the differences between installing Bafang firmware and open source firmware, the IRC frequency has to be changed. So for the stock motor is 18432, for Daniel's firmware is 20,000, and max bound is 57,600. All this information will be on Daniel's tutorial, so don't worry. You can read everything slowly. Everything's written there, and it's very easy. So in our situation, we select the correct port, which one we have the USB basically plugged in. So now what we're gonna do first, we're gonna press check MCU and then power on the controller. If it says complete, it tells you the MCU type. That means basically you're good to go in this situation. So now we're gonna power off the controller again. Now we're gonna press download program. So basically we will be installing the firmware, and now we're gonna press power on again. And as we can see, the process of installation has started. So once the green bar is finished, we're gonna be switching off the controller again and opening up the configuration tool and powering on again. And we're gonna go from there. Here, as you can see, it's completed. Basically what happens is in these situations, if you fail for unknown reasons, don't be hesitant to try again and make sure you typed in all the correct values and follow the tutorial carefully. Okay. So now we're gonna power off the device. We will now find the configuration tool, which comes with the firmware from Daniel when we downloading it, because the original Bafang configuration tool, it won't work because the firmware has changed. Okay, so in your situation, you might have one COM port. In my situation, I have 3. I know always that the CH340 is the programming cable. So now I'm gonna power on the controller and press connect. You see, it connects, it says BBSHD version 1.50. So now what we're gonna do is press flash and press read. So now it read all the system settings. So as we press on system, that's the second bar, we're gonna see most of the settings of the controller. And in this situation, we're looking for a specific section where it says speed sensor, and it will be marked under the features. So in your situation, if you have a faulty speed sensor, or basically you had no power, or basically you just don't want to see your speedometer, what you need to do is basically click this one, click it off, and basically press flash and press right again. So now the controller got a command that we will be running it without a speed sensor. So it doesn't matter if it's connected or not, you will have speed on the display written as 0, and you will not get any errors. Like I said, not the best repair, but it does the job.